What's up, everybody? Welcome back to FireRed loses my special challenge. Will tonight finally be the night? Or will I go over double odds, chat? I think I know what FireRed's gonna do. I have a gut feeling. You got Shiny Cobalion as soon as you join the stream. Nice! GG's. Remember to save. Alright. We should be good. I think I've got all the titles correct. I mean, I have not really had any shiny luck lately, to be honest. I don't think I've had any shiny luck for anyone to steal, chat. I've kind of been in the trenches, to be honest. Even my Dynamax luck feels bad lately. Like, we had some... We were kind of struggling yesterday, chat. So, nobody can take any shiny luck from me because I got none to give. We can't do a prediction. I mean, I could do a prediction. Will FireRed get a shiny tonight? There we go. We got it. Hey, Murray, thanks for the $2. Yeah, Persona fans. What'd everybody think of the Microsoft show, chat? I'm so excited for Spyro. I'm so excited for Spyro. The game looks great. And they're bringing back Tom Kenny. We're so back, chat. We're so back. But thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. I was so happy to see that today, chat. Yeah, if you have some Bidoof bucks and you're feeling spicy on the Twitch side, feel free to throw some bucks down. All right, let's do it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? An Alakazam and FireRed, that's fun. I mean, we may or may not be, you know, if FireRed ever feels like giving me a shiny, we might be able to get an Alakazam of our own. Alright, we're starting off with Rapidash. So, yeah, people, we have a few little Nintendo little tidbits to talk about, chat. Nintendo had a tweet that a lot of people took to mean, oh, there's the new Castlevania too. There was a few good games that Xbox had today. But there was a Nintendo tweet that people were passing around about maintenance. And so they think that means we're gonna get a Nintendo Direct on Tuesday. I mean, please. It's time. I'm ready. You're ready. We're all ready. Just like I'm ready for the shiny in FireRed. The double Spearow pull. Oh, you went to Pokemon... You went to the Go Fest? Didn't, I think they gave away Xboxes to everybody that was at the show. She's like Oprah. You get an Xbox, and you get an Xbox, and you get an Xbox. Wait, has this number not been... Why are we not matching numbers here? Hey, the 20 stream streak! Seeing streets full of people in Pokemon shirts. Pokemon Go has that effect on people. You know how I was talking about the other day? Ooh, there's Magmar. Can you be shiny today, Magmar? It'd be really funny if LeafGreen just absolutely ran away with this. if LeafGreen just had total, absolute domination. But you know how I was talking about how certain games have Wikipedias where it's like, you know, all the good old style, all the classics. And then like 10 years of nothing. Get a load of Spyros. So we got 2002, okay. Oh, 2003, all right. 2004, Ripto-Quest, all right. Shadow Legacy, 2005. The Legend of Spyro series, 2009. Nothing. 2010. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, there's the Reignited trilogy. There it is. And then nothing, 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 nothing. A Realm Beyond. I can't believe we're finally... A new Spyro game, too, since... What, 2008? Because the Reignited trilogy were all remakes. That's crazy work. I can't wait. Now, my only question is, am I gonna get Spyro on my Switch 2, or do I want to get it on Steam? I'll have to think about that. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We're back in the trenches with FireRed and LeafGreen. A Steam game. I feel like the Switch 2 will probably... It looks great. The game honestly looks so nice. Let's see, what else did they have? They have the new Crazy Taxi, which... pretty much my entire timeline tonight has been... people complaining about Sega saying there's Gen AI in it. Let's see. There's the Fable. Bethesda has some nerve, chat. Bethesda pisses me off. They have a lot of damn nerve. Those bastards at Bethesda. No one is a believer. Hell no, winning by 98%. no believers in chat? I can't believe it. I actually very much believe it. The odds for Okos and Sword and Shield, what are they? They're like 600 something? Here, let me look. Okay, so without Shiny Charm, this says for Brilliant Aura spawns. So this says 1 in 682, and with Shiny Charm, it's 1 in 455. Regular non-aura overworld spawns do not receive boosted shiny rolls. They got kind of complex with some of the shiny stuff in Sword and Shield, and then it feels like that kind of dropped off after Scarlet Violet. Ooh, it's close, chat. You got a few more seconds to lay some Bidoof bucks on the line. Are you a believer or are you a non-believer? It's actually pretty close. Gears of War is Xbox exclusive, but Halo is multi-platform. That is weird. That is very odd. You're glad they dropped Square Shinies? I would love to know, like, why? Like, what was the thought process behind them? This is why I'm sad Game Freak never talks to us, chat. I have so many questions. Like, what was up with the Square Shinies? What happened? I don't know. And no chill playlist on YouTube is complete without frickin' Bubble Lane. You cannot avoid this song, it's everywhere. You thought it was pointless and kind of boring? I feel like a good happy medium would be, I want to see more marks and stuff in Gen 10. I think that's a great way to spice things up a little bit with shiny stuff, especially if they're going to continue to have shinies being rather easy to get. Marks make them a bit more exciting, a bit more spicy. I was actually just looking through the marks the other day. The list of all the marks. There's definitely some fun ones, but let's get some more. I still want a mark for a Pokemon and then it says like Incineroar the Stinky. There's not enough funny ones like that. What's up, Dragoon? Thanks for the good luck. Yeah, Braylon, I've never got that either. What's it, the Destiny mark? Is that the birthday mark? I think one of my favorite underrated ones is, I think it's Thorny, the Thorny mark. It's for a pompous Pokemon. So pompous. That's a fun one. Of course, my personal favorite shiny with a mark that I have is probably my Snowy Snom. Actually, I quite like the marks that are environmental. I think that's really cool. They could absolutely incorporate that into Winds and Waves. Pikachu the Windy. Okay. Is my fan lighting my microphone up still? No. Yeah, my Recluse Shiny Noibat's very good too. It's too bad I'll never be able to use Noivern in any competitive setting. They kind of made some of the dragons in Gen 6. I don't feel like they brought their best and brightest for the competitive spreads. Like, think about Goodra, too. Sad. I guess not every dragon needs to be a strong, like, god-tier Pokemon, but... Item Finder mark, that's fun. Jittery is fun. Rowdy, I like the Rowdy mark. Serene. You could do so many troll builds with this. Imagine like a Serene Incineroar. Feisty Pokemon. Teary-eyed. Rampaging, that's a good one. Kind-hearted. Oh, I think I have a shiny Munchlax with the 0 energy mark. That's fun. Inappropriate for a Munchlax. Serene Grace Pom Bomb evolution. I almost hope Pom Bomb evolves into like a poison type just because everybody's trying to... Because everybody predicts it to be fairy type. I mean, they went very predictable with Mega Meganium and Feraligatr, so maybe, you know, maybe it will just be fairy. Why are Beast Balls so difficult? They have a terrible catch rate. When I was trying to catch Marshadow and Volcanion in a Beast Ball in ZA, it was like a 0.34% chance to catch it. You need catch power if you want to catch any of the legendaries with it, or have lots of patience. Because it's like a 1% or something like that. You do get a boost when the Pokemon is shiny. Might be a good time to bring up... Again, if you need to calc it, you can actually calculate what your percentage is. There's a ZA. This is from Rotom Labs. Very helpful website. You can actually calculate what percentage of a chance you have. It's very nice. Chuck a quick ball, relatable. When I knew I was gonna catch Terrakion in a Beast Ball, so I specifically sought. I definitely made sure to get Catch Power 3 on the donut. So that turned it into like a 30% chance. It still took me like a handful of tries. But I did get it eventually, so it wasn't too bad. If you want to catch any of the wormhole Pokemon, the dimension, the Mega Dimension, catch power is useful. You went to a Pokemon Go pop-up store in Chicago, waited in line for an hour, then decided you didn't really want anything they were selling. What did they even have? Was it just like Pokemon Center stuff, or did they have like Pogo? I mean, they've never really made a lot of Pogo merchandise. For as much money as Game Freak brings in every year, they have had so many missed opportunities to have even more money. It's crazy. Ooh, this is a great song. Pokemon Center items, plushies, Pokeball replicas, enamel pins, yeah. I'm surprised the Go Fest don't have more exclusive merchandise. Again, like, that would absolutely drive sales. They've always taken stupid pills when it comes to merchandising Pokemon Go, though, so I guess that doesn't surprise me. How many years into Pokemon Go's lifespan did the TCG finally have a Pogo set? I have a lot of pins. I don't know, pins for me, sometimes it's, I don't know, I go like up and down on pins. I'm kind of in my, not, I don't know, I'm not in my pin era right now. Wow, is everybody in Chicago today? Oh yeah, the Singapore Pokemon Center. I laughed when they revealed that Solgaleo is the mascot. That's very appropriate for Singapore. You want a bunch of pins? Nice. You just never use it? Yeah, I have like a... I don't even know what you would call it. Like a felt fabric hanger that I have most of my pins in. But it's... I don't know, it's kind of cumbersome. I don't think it's ideal. This song is truly something else. 14.7k and 3,700, by the way, Chad. This does not... Mama Mia. I hate this song. I hate this song. Go away. You're gonna be in Oak's prison forever? The hot topic. I think my hot topic has the same thing. Yeah, the Pokemon used to have pins all the time, and then the Pokemon Center started selling them, and suddenly all the pins in the TCG products evaporated. The weather sucked and there was a soccer match and an EDM rave at the same time. That sounds like insanity. That sounds like genuine insanity. Yeah, I saw people were talking about the Pogo Twitter was like, the authorities. We were in contact with the authorities. It's like, what's going on? What the hell's happening over there? They shut down gameplay around the museum? Wow. I mean, this is literally how the first Pokemon Go Fest happened. I believe it was Chicago, too. They went to Chicago, and the servers just shat the bed, and everybody was pissed. I still remember that. Didn't somebody throw, like, something at John Hankey or whatever on the stage that year? It's really funny that nobody at... should you even say Niantic anymore, or is it all just Scopely now? Probably should have, you know, checked in on that. Oh my god, they're doing construction on the train line? No, that's such a terrible time for that. Oh no, that sounds like an actual nightmare. Honestly, it's stressful enough riding subway in the subway. And then the weather sucked. That's unfortunate. This song I also don't need to hear. Yoshi might be my op, chat. I just something about the Yoshi games just pisses me off for some reason. Oh no, I'm hearing voice feedback from myself. Oh no. Here, I'm trying to open it. Yeah, that's super crowded. Connecting the event. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. I mean, like, the DC Metro is great and nice, but then, like, the New York subway is an atrocity. So it really just depends on what city, I guess, your subway is in. Yeah, isn't like all the World Cup shit starting this week? Yeah, Justin. There's kind of a lot going on right now. June is always just that month, I guess. A tender, luscious Koji Kondo soundtrack. Oh, but speaking of things happening in June, listen, I don't know who to believe, because first the leakers said no Pokopia stuff this year, but now Centro tweeted, rumor, Pokemon Pokopia DLC could be announced this week, potentially at the upcoming Nintendo Direct with a release in fall. Yes, please. Team with the most stars usually wins. That's kind of how baseball is right now too. One of your trains had the heater on? Oh no, what are they trying to do? Roast you? That's genuinely evil. I'm very interested in Pokopia DLC. I mean, I'm streaming the Direct. Whenever it's happening, I'm gonna stream it. Especially if Pokopia might be there, I'm sold. What's up, Rescue Squad? Hey, you got your Shalfa Star? Nice. Yeah. They have. What was even like the big thing that was happening in Go Fest there? Like what was the cool Pokemon or exclusive or whatever they had? Removing booster boxes and ETBs. I've seen some murmurs that Pokemon is not reprinting booster boxes. Mega Mewtwo and Zeraora. Wow, how thrilling. Starter pick from Winds and Waves. Ask me when they reveal the full lines. Do 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 do. Yeah, if I was forced to pick one white now, I guess I would take Brout, but I've had starters betray me before, chat, so I don't pick one. I don't lock in until I see that whole line. Fool me once, you know. The worst final starter? You know, that's a good question. Including Hisui forms. I mean, personally, Hisui Samurott really disappointed me. I think it looks a bit more like a Smash recolor than it looks like an actually, like, fully designed Hisui form. But that's... I like Samurott. Yeah, it's just Samurott with, like, a slightly different coat of paint. I don't think they did enough. It's Gen 1 sprite? Yeah, I've seen those. They're cool. Inteleon. I really wish the Hisui starters had forms for the whole line. Like, why did Rowlet and Oshawott and Cyndaquil not get anything? I hate that. Like, what? Again, I would love to ask Game Freak, like, why do some Pokemon get full form lines and then others it's just, oh, just Executor? What's the reason for that one? We don't get Gen 8 again with the starter evolutions. Me too. I really hope we don't get, like... I mean, this is... I know what they're gonna do, chat. I know what they're gonna do. We've done this rodeo too many times, but it'd be nice if they all weren't majority bipedal. Like, have Brout be the bipedal one, because it's a bird, although the thought of, like, a big bird beast is very exciting. What if it turned into, like, a griffin or something? That would be sick. I don't know, you see, like, they've had the starters in recent episodes. And you see Quaquaval and Meowscarada, like, dancing around, and then there's just Skeledirge. I don't feel like they have as good synergy as some other starter trios. Oh, you think the worst is Hisui Typhlosion? I've never been a big Hisui Typhlosion fan either. I don't know, it just... It kind of looks like somebody's furry VTuber. I don't think Ghost was the direction I really wanted them to go in with it. Yeah, they did that thing. They did the same thing to Galarian Rapidash. They changed the eyes. It's got, like, modern-looking eyes. There's just something about it. Fire Dragon. That would have been cool. Honestly, I would have liked to have seen something like Ground from Typhlosion. I've always envisioned Typhlosion being like a burrower. Diggy hole. Fire Ghost starter. That would be unimaginably lame. Which one of the three is gonna get the Protean? Every starter now, every single generation of starters now, there's the one darling that gets to have the Protean Libero. Protean, but it has a different name. $8K for Machop? Wow, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think definitely Pombon's gonna be the most popular of the three. I really hope Gekwa doesn't turn into Inteleon 2.0. I would love to see like a big kimono dragon that's on all fours. That would be cool. Yeah, Braylon, we haven't gotten a new Pokemon Build-A-Bear in a while. I don't know what they could possibly do next. What's funny, though, is that Rowlet is absolutely the most popular Alolan starter, and yet Decidueye is quite terrible competitively. So, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It turns into Salazzle. Oh, no. Humanoid lizards, they don't... You have to have a certain je ne sais quoi when you make a humanoid lizard character. And I don't think either Inteleon or Salazzle have passed the vibe check. Ooh, Pumpkaboo would be so cute. Yeah, make it Gex. Give it a little pair of sunglasses, a suit. And it is so warm. It's so warm. Je ne sais na. Dated pop culture references. I would love that. I mean, you could argue Inteleon's got a good shiny, too. Salazzle's an ugly, bald bitch lizard that needs to sit down. Hate that Pokemon. Why is it standing like that? Oh, hi, Nidoran. What's up? It's like when Purloin stands up. It's just like you're making the vibes uncomfortable right now. Why are you doing this? Sit back down. I need you to put all your limbs on the ground right now. What are you doing? I think for me, Inteleon could have been improved if it wasn't so bone skinny. Like, stick thin. Put some muscle on that lizard's bones. He looks like you could snap him in half. Yeah, the humanoid fingers is another thing I do not like on either Salazzle or Inteleon. Salazzle's fingers especially are upsetting. Like, I don't like human hands on these lizard Pokemon. It's scary. Why does everything have to be humanoid? Why can't we have some freaking monsters anymore? They got me saying that about all three of my favorite monster franchises. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, and Pokemon. Why's everything gotta turn into a human person? Come on, LeafGreen, where's your encounter? The lizard from Spider-Man. That would unironically be so much better. So many Pokemon are just kind of little tiny guys. We need some more Titan-esque Pokemon where they're huge, big. Some more big boys. Some large lads. Or lasses. Rapidash, what's up? It sucks that we're gonna have to wait so long. When are we even gonna get the legendary reveal? Is that gonna come next Pokemon Day? Beta Wooper. Wooper once upon a time looked like this. Chat, I might die of heat stroke. I will be right back. Alright. Regional Porygon Z. I would love for them to give some love to Porygon. But also at the same time, Porygon is so perfect. What if they ruin it? What's up, Durat? I'm really excited to see the fossils in Gen 10. I wonder how many we're gonna get. Is this gonna be like a 2 fossil gen, or are we gonna get like a weird number like we did in Gen 8? Nope, no fossils in Gen 9. They typically skip a gen. Yeah, imagine your favorite Pokemon getting a form and it's chopped. Imagine that happening. Who could ever think about that ever happening? I wonder if they're gonna tease any more Pokemon abilities before the new season happens in Champions, which I watched the finals of the EU regional they had last night. Actually, more of this morning. It was good. Everybody was playing really well. Perish Song Gengar is nasty. Dracovish and the gang was the first time it felt like they were like, hey, let's actually make these fossils strong. I hope that doesn't mean we're due for like an Archeops and an Archeops Caracosta or something like that. I mean, even Tyrantrum and Aurorus, like, great Pokemon. I love their designs, but good luck using them competitively. Yeah, I don't hate the Gen 8 fossils. I'm not a hater of them. Oh, a shiny Sneasel. Nice. Vicious Rend is insane, though. They went so far for Dracovish, specifically. Negative aura is Unpheasant. I hope we don't get a lot of the same, like 6 of the same animal in Gen 10. It just makes the Pokedex feel repetitive. I want some real variety. Cheese in the battle tower, nice. Hey, sometimes that cheese is what's required to win. Especially if you do like Battle Frontier stuff in Emerald. The Battle Frontier does not play. A lot of the Battle Tower stuff doesn't either. Yeah, there's probably gonna be lots of birds and fish. Oh boy. Seriously, can we have like a limit on like 2 new bird Pokemon? No more, no less? Honestly, maybe just skip over the fish Pokemon. Which is funny because I didn't hate Veluza. I feel like everybody in chat hates Veluza. Like, is it my most favorite Pokemon of all time? Absolutely not. But I think it's better than a lot of previous fish. Dawn and Tatsu are probably the most unique ones we've gotten in a long time. I've been wanting a new Serpent Pokemon too. I want a new Serpent Pokemon, and I want like another Rayquaza, like Eastern Dragon Pokemon. I've always thought we've needed another one. Again, we have a lot of bipedal dragons. The Gen 9 birds just felt forgettable. There's definitely a lot of them that are very forgettable. I agree. Drampa, you know, Drampa is one of the more unique ones. I think Drampa can have a pass. The Wooloo Build-A-Bear, it's cute. I'm not the biggest... I mean, Wooloo is a cute Pokemon, but don't really have much desire to go out and buy merchandise of it. But it's cute. If you were a big Wooloo fan, that'd probably be a cute plush to have. They give me back fishing in a gen where they don't do new fish. I think water type, I don't know. If they're really unique, I'm down. If they're all just like boring, you know, water type, I almost said Basculegion. Maybe don't do more Basculegions. Barraskewda type Pokemon, then they can keep those. Yeah, I'd be totally down for a new shark Pokemon. Espathra's the worst bird in Gen 9. See, I like Espathra because it's cartoony. I feel like that slot definitely goes to something like Bombardier. Does Bombardier have any true fans? I know Kilowattrel has stans. I know Flamigo has some appreciators. Squawkabilly does have a lot of haters. What's up, Nidoran? Care to be shiny, my dear? Also, Bombardier is annoying because it's aggressive and chases you. For that reason alone, Bombardier's on my shit list. It's one of the most obnoxious Pokemon to have to deal with in the overworld. Just like Little Booper here, there was a beta Pokemon from Gen 1 that was a shark with like a bunch of chains. They should bring him back. That was a cool design. I think, on the whole, Gen 9 had good Pokemon. I think there's more good Pokemon in Gen 9 than there were in, like, a Gen, like, 8. It has its stinkers, of course, but... You know, what... That's kind of a... Every gen has that, you know? It's hard for all these 100-plus Pokemon to be winners. A fat hummingbird? We've had some hummingbirds at the feeder. Drinking the delicious sugar water. I love hummingbirds. They're so cool. I would certainly like to see maybe some more Pokemon like Corsola that are... Because we're gonna get diving and we got the underwater sections. So maybe we'll get more Pokemon like Pyukumuku or Corsola that are like dressings for the underwater world and exploration. Maybe we need like a seaweed Pokemon. Ooh, a Spinosaurus. I would pop off for a Spinosaurus. That would go crazy. Yeah, Corsola, but it's not like Galar, where it's dead and dried up. This one thrives. A proper squid. I wonder if that means things like artillery and company gonna be in the game. Lantern, Chinchou. Is there gonna be like a darker section of the ocean that maybe has Chinchou and Lantern in it? Leopleurodon would be great for the memes. It's a magical Leopleurodon, Charlie. This song always makes me think of the video somebody made of the Koopa having to do the dance and driving off the road. Which water Pokemon will be cut? I mean, there's ones that I wish would be cut, and there's ones that I think might actually be cut. Yeah, Psyduck was exactly... I was gonna say Psyduck. I was gonna say Psyduck. Yeah, you know Psyduck and Magikarp's asses are gonna be in the game. We all know. You know it. I know it. Tentacool and Tentacruel are probably... coming back. They're again, I love Tentacruel and Gyarados. Like, these are Pokemon I'm very fond of, but you know, Gyarados has like been in almost every Pokemon game. So I would be okay if it took a break. Hey, the 3-stream streak. Hopefully our friend Clamperl will be back. Because we haven't seen Clamperl in a hot minute. Honestly, if you want an idea of what type of Pokemon they might end up bringing, play the Ocean level in New Pokemon Snap. That's a very good... Like, I feel like that's what we're gonna get. To some extent. Relicanth. I watched the Winds and Waves trailer again recently because when I was watching the Japanese championships, they just play all the different trailers through the breaks. And they show the Whale Lord in the Winds and Waves trailer, and it looks a little bit tiny. I was not awed by the size of those lads. A Psyduck regional. Listen, if they're gonna continue to put Psyduck and Golduck in these games, then yes, it's time. Let's see it. Do something interesting with Golduck. XXS Whale Lord. Reggie Chambers? I don't know. We got the Reggies in Gen 8, which is not terribly long ago. What legendaries have we not seen recently, chat? I feel like they're pretty good at cycling the legendaries. Who haven't we seen lately? We haven't seen the Tapus. I still think we're gonna get a Gen 7, like, DLC. Yeah, the Gen 7 friends, the UBs, Cosmog. Hopefully the Swords of Justice are not in Gen 10. I think the Swords of Justice and honestly the Genies can take a break. Unless I can Shiny Hunt an Amorous, in which case, sure. Reggie-Tube. They'll definitely have Koraidon and Miraidon back. I assume we'll get the Ruinous Quartet. Because all the legendaries from the current gen come back in the next gen, and then they skip the gen after that, typically. When can I Shiny Hunt Urshifu? Like... when? Biggest prediction of all time, the Lake Guardians. The Lake Guardians are gonna be in Gen 10. That Lugia and Ho-Oh could be connected to Winds and Waves. I mean, you kind of got the wind with Ho-Oh and the waves with Lugia, I guess. I guess. Okay, that's odd. Heads up chat, ads are gonna play. For some reason, I still have no option to skip ads. Okay. I have no idea why. Twitch just loves doing shit like that. Double Spearow! The Zygarde cell's back? Oh no. They should do something for Xerneas and Yveltal after the way they were treated in ZA. There's a few legendaries that I would like to not show up in Gen 10. Again, maybe the Swords of Justice can skip this one. We've maybe had enough of Rayquaza lately. Too harsh for you to declare Zygarde as an official dud cover legendary? I mean... I don't think you're wrong. It'll be even funnier when they finally have legendaries and champions to see if Zygarde can have any impact. The nodding Pokemon. The order Pokemon. But like, why? Why does Zygarde... We learned nothing about it. We learned nothing about Zygarde. Why does it keep order? Too busy having more obnoxious, like, influencer streamer shit instead of paying attention to the frickin' legendary. Like, I feel like the legendary lore has just gotten continuously worse. We gotta focus on the 900 yappy little characters instead now. Honestly, Z-Ape plays Zygarde a bit like a bitch. Like, why are you partnering with Lysander? Where were you when he was blowing up the world, like, 10 years ago? Where was your order then? Like, what are you doing? It's so obvious that this stuff is just made up as they go. There is no, like, legendary... They used to! We know this from the Terra leak. They used to have this type of, like, legendary lore Bible that they would reference for stuff like that. But they definitely don't anymore. And that's a bummer, honestly. I think the Ruinous Quartet, they're super cool, but they don't really get a whole lot either. I believe in the Terra leak there was this image of like Arceus and then all the other legendaries around it, and it was just it was cool. Game Freak has no writing staff. They certainly don't have anybody that's like keeping track of continuity or anything like that. I want to learn about Wo Chien. What type of evil king was Wo Chien? Oh, I think Gen 8's legendaries are some of the weakest they've ever done. I've said before that I think Sorry, Koraidon. I've thought Zashi and Zama and Eternatus, they have no synergy. It's just two dogs and like a space alien. It's not like a Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, or Zekrom, Reshiram, Kyurem situation. I don't think they don't feel like they fit together. Two dogs in the hand. And Zashi and Zamazenta don't even... I feel like at least Koraidon and Miraidon get a few cool moments. I'm struggling to think of any cool moments that Zacian and Zamazenta get. They get that one moment where they turn in place and it looks really bad. I definitely remember that. Swordward and Shieldbird, everyone's favorite characters. Who could forget them? Who could ever forget them? Who could forget such iconic characters? Did the anime do any better with them? It's funny you say that because a lot of Journeys fans were pissed because they kind of shafted Galar. I'm pretty sure Galar got the middle finger in all the anime recently. Knights versus a dragon fairy tale. That is... Wow, could they have done a better job at that? I don't think Eternatus was the right design then. They should have gone for like a classic D&D looking dragon if they wanted that to come across. Eternatus is an alien and he looks like an alien. I love Eternatus. I don't really... Yeah, that's... Ash never read to Galar after Alola. FireRed is self-aware. You might be right. You might be right. It's been a while since I played Shield, but I'm just sitting here trying to think of like any cool lore or moments that Zacian and Zama have, and I'm just coming up blank. They should have had disciples or like a Knights of the Round Table where Zacian and Zamazenta lead the pack, and then they would have had other knights that are like part of their order or whatever. Galar had a chance to be some of the coolest. We had a shot at some really cool, unique Pokemon lore, and they squandered it. Yeah, they're just freaking dogs with armor on. This is why I need the, which it sounds like the legendaries might be similar in Gen 10 from what leakers have said. But this is why I need like a Lunala, Solgaleo, Kyogre, Groudon. I don't want the cover legendaries to be the same animal. I just find that so boring. Hopefully the Legends Galar game is in the past. Yeah, Xerneas, Yveltal, exactly. It's funny that Zacian and Zama have no armor forms that... Like, why would you ever use these? It's like Xerneas' form. It's like they felt some sort of contractual obligation to give these MFs forms, even though they're useless and no one's ever going to use them. Like, very specific situations do you want? Like, I think I used no armor Zacian in a raid in, like, Scarlet Violet once. Zacian and Zama also have the worst legendary theme, and it's not even close. It's not even close. I wish I could remember what Sword and Shield's budget was. Even with how Scarlet and Violet turned out, I feel like Sword and Shield, if it had more time and money spent on it, maybe development went another 2 years or something, I think it could have been good. I mean, that story needed a lot of rewrites. I mean, there should have been rewrites on that story before the final product shipped, but that didn't happen. How long did Sword and Shield come out after Let's Go? Yeah, it feels out of place. I agree. Great content, thanks. Was it really 1 year later? I guess that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean... Sigh. We're definitely gonna revisit Sword and Shield soon. It's probably been the Pokemon game I haven't replayed the longest. Go is annoying. Yeah, he caught the Suicune that was captured in a net. Go seems like a very, kind of self-insert Gary Stu-esque character. Multiple save files? I wish. Oh yeah! Did you guys see, there's a new Cassette Beast game coming out. It looks kind of fun. Actually, there was something about the new Cassette Beast that I thought was cool and I wanted to bring up. Howdy. Here, so it says there's going to be rogue cassette beasts. Beasts you encounter have a chance to break out of their rigid roles and rebel against you. Rogue beasts learn from your battle techniques, adapt, and return to challenge you anew. That's neat. Imagine if your alpha Pokemon just dipped one day and then came back later to challenge you. That's cool. We might have to check that one out, chat. I'm kind of... It looks good. They really wanted Go to be likable, very much so. They wanted the character to be likable so bad, they just kind of turned out bland. Kind of feels that way for the Horizons protagonist too, honestly. Oh no, this awful Yoshi song. Let's pick a different playlist. Game Freak tried a Pal World Cassette Beast too. Pal World's coming out with a TCG game. They just revealed it the other day. It's also officially launching. The 1.0 official launch is coming up. Where was the Pal World trailer from? Was that Summer Game Fest? Is that where that was? I can't even remember. How did I get the strength to keep going? It helps when I'm streaming. I think they're planning a Pal World anime. It's funny, one of the Japanese accounts I follow was like, I keep seeing posts about Pal World, but their designs are so Pokemon-like that I don't want to play it. That's really funny. They love defending IPs and corporations and then turn around and use generative AI. Make that make sense. Oh, for Meowth, yes! Lucky Girl! I miss Lucky Girl. It was fun when we got all those shinies because I got to keep playing the game was fun. Pal World anime will be X-rated? I doubt that. Pal World is not that edgy, chat. Again, as somebody who's played Pal World, unlike the majority of people who like talking about it, it plays more like Ark than Pokemon. It's very cartoony. There's no, like, real blood or gore or anything like that. It's very silly. You have Disc Creature World on your list. Yeah, there's a lot of creature catchers that are getting popular right now. Popular genre. Has somebody coined the term creature slop yet? So is the new Cassette Beast game like a sequel? Or a prequel? Or I don't know my Cassette Beast lore. Yeah, the monster taming genre is booming. More friend slop games. Why do I kind of want to watch the new Among Us show, chat? I've seen a few clips and it's been funny. Has anyone seen the Among Us show? Is it worth watching? Is Palworld getting a TCG? It is, yes. It is indeed. Oh boy, Friends United from everyone's favorite Pokemon game. Here, let me see if I can find a picture. Here's the official Palworld. The Palworld official card game, Trial Decks and Booster Pack Dawn of Palpagos officially drop on July 30th. There he is. There's not Electabuzz. Can't even think of his name right now. So there's this one. We got this guy. Yeah, this pal is very... I never liked this pal that much. You get a 50 card deck, soul deck, so they're definitely getting ready to have it be competitive, clearly. I do like the Sea Serpent pal. He's one of my favorite ones. The Teacup, Teafant, I think its name was. That Firefox is so generic. That was one of my least favorite pals. And then you have Lilligant Gardevoir. But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. Are people gonna scalp the Palworld cards? Timu Electabuzz. Grizzbolt, that's his name. Grizzbolt. I had to think about it for a second. Palworld does have some truly fun, unique designs, but yes, a lot of them are very... what if this Pokemon looked like this Pokemon, and then we made it... What if Cinderace was a green rabbit? Stuff like that. Anything gets scalped these days, that is unfortunately true. Yeah, what if Lucario... I mean, Lucario is Egyptian, it is Anubis. Anubis is one of the best pals in the game. I always had Anubis on my party. If anything, I feel like Palworld might... Because there's guns in Palworld. That's the whole thing. It's like, you can make your pal work in an assembly line. And you have gun and rocket launcher. I almost wonder if they're gonna sterilize the series with more popularity. If they're gonna tone it down at all. God. What is this awful song? Alright, Route 2 from X and Y. Sure, this playlist has a lot of X and Y music. A $500 fountain pen. I remember that. And there was controversy around the pen because they released it and they just threw it in the box with no special shipping or anything. Also, the people that run Palworld, it's a Japanese company. It is, in fact, a Japanese company. Oh yeah, you could definitely say Pokemon has toned down a lot of things. That's very true. You don't see many trainers with whips running around anymore, do we? I mean, we can't... Some Pokemon don't even have teeth anymore. Nidoqueen doesn't even have teeth. Lapras doesn't even have teeth anymore. Like, they've been so rounded down and shaved all their edges off, we can't even have Pokemon with teeth anymore. We don't even get, like, spooky ghost stuff in games anymore. We used to always get, like, a little spooky thing in a Pokemon game. They didn't do one in Gen 9. Yeah, I don't know what is offensive about sharp teeth, but... Every Pokemon has to have a mouth of gums now. Yeah, the spookiest thing in Gen 9 is the performance. Hey! There was a little ghost girl. There was a ghost girl in Gen 8. You have to deliver a letter. You talk to a man and he's like, here. Or no. You talk to the girl first, and she's like, will you deliver this letter? And then you deliver it to the man, and he's like, wait a minute. People actually got jump scared by the Litwick and ZA. Oh, gee, what do you mean? I don't even know how to interpret that. That was the... Like, I don't think that could have scared a baby. That's crazy. That's like when somebody told me that they saw a streamer cry over, like, the Mabostiff cutscene. That gave me the ick. that gave me the ick. Somebody getting jump scared by that gave me the ick. Yeah, Litwick, he's a candle! Who's afraid of candles? Is ZA worth playing? If you can get it at a good price, I think the base game is worth a play, but I would not recommend buying the DLC, personally. Yeah, there's no scary Pokemon. There's not a single Pokemon that is scary in the slightest. Yeah, the real $300 candles are definitely scarier. Yeah, every time they pass a Bath and Body Works in the mall, they go, oh, oh my god. There's Yankee Candle, walk around, walk around. What was my problem with the DLC? The game loop in the DLC is repetitive and bad. It's made very cheaply, lots of asset reuse. The donut system is excruciating. I don't care for the story. It's a game that does not respect your time in any way. They do not respect your time at all. in the DLC. Yeah, the donut system is pure RNG. It's very brutal. Like, you can definitely do some good shiny hunting, but you have to get the donut first. Basically, every hyperspace requires a donut, so you need a key. The donuts are keys, essentially. And to get the donuts, you have to get berries, and there's not a really great way to farm the berries, especially the hyperspace berries. So it creates this system, this kind of relentless, grindy system that's just not very fun. Yes, it's also very low budget. Like I said, lots of asset reuse. And it used to be worse. When the DLC first came out for ZA, it broke the weather in the base game for a long time. It took them a while to patch that. And the pathfinding in the hyperspace zones was atrocious. You would send your Pokemon off to attack, and they would take, like, the most roundabout way or get stuck on some scaffolding. I mean, it's still kind of bad. They've fixed it a little bit, but the pathfinding in the DLC is still bad. And it's $30. Like, for $30, if the DLC was free, I'd have a lot less, you know, gripes with that. But for $30, I think a lot of that was unacceptable. $30. It took a lot of what I thought was enjoyable in the base game and kind of regurgitated it in a way that just... It makes you like the base game less. I've seen so many people say that. Yeah, I miss growing our own berries too. It's incredible how popular the farm sim cozy game genre is, and Pokemon just ignores it. Outside of Pokopia, which was successful. Who would have thought? The DLC, it just doesn't add a whole lot either. Again, for $30, you'd expect a lot more than what they got. All of the side quests are very repetitive that they added in the DLC. There's just not enough meat on the DLC's bones. A lot of padding and filler, like blatant filler too. All the battles you have to do against all the annoying characters from the base game. Like, oh boy, time to fight Timu Iono again. Wonderful. Shakespearean. One of the side quests is literally a taxi drive with a black screen and text over it. Yeah, that's the quality of side quests that you get in ZA. ZA has its loud little soldiers. I've noticed this, especially for like Scarlet Violet 2. A lot of the big defenders of those games are people who just really love one certain character. Like, they always have the character as their profile picture, and they're like, I heckin' love this freaking character. Honestly, the shiny charm in ZA, I really don't think it's that bad. There's so many ways you can exploit it, too. The amount of excessive... Has anybody... You know what? Somebody needs to replay ZA and count all the different times there's an unfunny zoom in. I would actually love to know that. Yeah, Corbeau. They don't really do anything interesting with Karina either. I was genuinely excited to see Karina. Because it's like, oh, a character from X and Y? Oh my god. But then, like, she's got a funny outfit and, you know, her battles are kind of fun, I guess. But besides that, she doesn't really do anything. She's fun, but she's like the same, you know... She could have been played by anybody. You could have given that role to any of the characters in the game. Oh god, Emma. Talk about a nothing burger character. Drayton. I mean, that's kind of what I liked about Blueberry's writing, that Drayton was kind of a little shit stirrer. You know, there was some friction, some conflict. All the conflict that happens in the ZA story it just feels so pointless. Like, all the stuff with Corbeau and Urbane and Tawny and the debt stuff, it's like, this is just stupid. Corbeau gives out loans to children, but he's such a great guy, Chad. He's such a great guy. Her Megastone outfit looks real stupid. Yeah, it's like, what do I care about Ansha getting Rayquaza? Like, of course we had to weave in Rayquaza. And Rayquaza's gotta be in every game now. I need an anti-Kazoo playlist. They're afraid to make another true villain. It's weird because I prefer the movement and gameplay in ZA, but I think the story and the setting is better utilized in Legends Arceus. There's a lot of annoying characters in ZA. Gwyn and Ivor annoyed me too. I mean, I feel like every character in that game has an annoying, like, okay, can we wrap this up? Yeah, the autosave system in ZA honestly concerns me. I really hope they don't have such an aggressive autosave system in Gen 10. I do not care for the autosave system at all in ZA. It's cumbersome. Yeah, Urbane, that's so true, Dragoon. Tawny and Urbane have the gall to tell your character you can't keep the Rayquaza. Honestly, if they had done more with how kind of sometimes antagonistic Urbane and Tawny feel, I feel like the story could have been a lot more interesting. Cut out some of those side characters and focus more on Urbane and Tawny. They could have been cooking. Exactly, Justin. Give us the option. Like, why can't we have an option for the autosave? I hope Mega Dragalge gets an ability that makes it competitively viable. That's all I hope. Sycamore gone without a trait. Yeah, no Clement either. I don't think we've ever talked or wanted Clement in a game more. Clement's gonna come back and he's gonna be pissed.
Poliwhirl is sent out.
Oh, that's a good one. Clement should have replaced Karina. Yeah, why exactly was Karina, like, the darling of X and Y? I was actually Karina hater. I think her as a gym leader, I think she's one of the worst gym leaders. She just has a generic little skating outfit. And she's got a annoying, overused ace Pokemon in Lucario, not a Gen 6 Pokemon. Like, she has NPC energy in X and Y. Bonnie should have been trapped in Megaspace. That would have been interesting if they had Clement and Bonnie back in that regard. She keeps giving away Lucario. Her Lucario is still sitting on that table. I do not want it. Generic skater girl class, exactly. She doesn't even match Lucario's colors. There's nothing about that character that looks like she should have a Lucario. If you ever go back and replay X and Y chat, notice how totally absent Mega Evolution is for the majority of the main campaign. It's wild. Kalo's Pokemon deserve to sue. They all got shafted, so all the Gen 1 and Lucario can get Megas. Also, Clement was in the anime. Like, people would have loved to see Clement. I just don't understand why. We had 5 million references to ancestor characters in Legends Arceus. FireRed still hurting. It hurt real bad. Tacked on last minute. See ya, Yeti. Have a good one. It almost makes me wish they didn't bring back any legacy characters. Like, don't have Lysander back. Don't have any, like, no Mabel either. I mean, maybe Mabel, because that's funny, because who remembers her? If you're not gonna have, like, Sycamore and Clement, have nobody. Well, that's too damn bad. Well, that would have really been something, considering there's no voice acting in ZA. Imagine just one character starts talking and nobody else. Sycamore is hiding abroad from the law. They should arrest his ass. There's no way he didn't know. He's that besties with Lysander and you're telling me he didn't know? Oh yeah, the Team Flare baristas just pissed me off. Like, who cares about their plights? You know what I mean? Oh no, people are mean to you because you still wear the terrorist symbol. Okay, cry me a river. Cry me a river. Like, oh, boo-hoo. Find a real problem. Also, they have, I keep thinking their name should be like Gristle. Like, Gristle. Grizel. Gristle. Team Flare did need a worse fate. I agree. There should be no redemption for these assholes. You know, you can redeem a character like Zuko, who's like an abused child. You can't reform adults that joined a terrorist organization willingly. You just should go to jail. Jail, straight away. I mean, would you go to a coffee shop run by people who tried to fire a super death laser? I wouldn't, personally. I wouldn't. I ain't drinking their brews. Oh, don't get me started on the Zero Sick Emma stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, none of them went to prison. I guess their Pokemon legal system is as dog shit as ours is. The Zero Sick Emma stuff is honestly, like... might be some of Pokemon's worst material. It might just be some of the worst shit they've ever put to screen. Mabel is on parole, yes. She took a plea deal. I mean, she gets to be like the professor now. That's like, she might be on parole, but she's thriving. Yeah, she's chewing out the mayor. She's getting political power, chat. Next time we go back to Lumio, she might be the mayor. Oh, I saw that. The, like, crazed boomer that tried to drown a 20-year-old. That was insane. Oh, poor Malva. I wanted to at least... We didn't get updates on anybody. We got these offhand little... annoying comments. What's going on with the Pokemon League in Kalos? Are you telling me it's dissolved? How is that satisfying? There's just no Pokemon League anymore. Oh well. Anyway, like, wait, go back. What do you mean? I'm almost at 15,000. Oh, this is so sad. I really wanted to see adult Trevor. We missed out, chat. Trevor got so little. Was there... How many mentions of Shauna were there? I feel like Shauna and Trevor got... diddly jack squat. I still don't understand why we weren't able to kind of interact with the tower more. The game makes such a big deal of the tower blowing up, but it's like, what do we care? Like, I remember going in it in X and Y, but why should my character in particular care? Like, it's just been inaccessible. It's a shame how chopped it looks after it gets blown up and it has those weird antlers on it. The Lumio skyline got a lot uglier. But besides that, it's like, okay, well, tower go bye-bye. Anyway. Angie. Cynthia can have Lucario because Lucario's a 4th gen Pokemon. Like, imagine if Cynthia's ace was like Dragonite or T-Tar or something. I hate when they give gym leaders old gen aces. Should have restored the tower. Restored the tower. But it's full of nature now, or whatever. It's full of some of the meanest alpha Pokemon you're ever gonna see. Isn't that so much better? $15,000. That is so sad. FireRed, you make me very sad. You make me so sad. The tower doesn't even look safe. After it gets zapped, like, is that thing even certified anymore? What if parts of it just fall off and, like, crush a fletchling or something? Is it even safe anymore? Leon and Charizard will always be an eye roll for you. Same. Still got money on FireRed? We are approaching halfway to odds on LeafGreen. We've been in Mount Ember for a while. Hey, Cerulean. Do. Geosenge. We never got to see the aftermath of the silly upside down houses. Did they ever rebuild, chat? We'll never know. Let's go. Maybe this bottom. We'll go bottom grass patch for both. The rent in Lumio City's gotta be dirt cheap now. That's all I'm saying. Pyroar attacks. The tower got destroyed. There's random Gengars in houses. You have a strand. Jet is like getting harassed by protesters. And her baited toddy show up. Norman, your wife misses you. Your child misses you. Come home. It's almost kind of interesting how little most Pokemon games have to say about anything. You know, they're not like a Final Fantasy VII type situation or any of those types of games. Pokemon are your friends in friendship. Is usually the, you know, the message. Friendly friendship with friends and Pokemon friends, friends. I sure love having a Pokemon and it's being my friend. They moved to Little Root instead of Petalburg. Why did that happen? That is kind of funny, isn't it? Why didn't we just move to Petalburg, where our dad works? He's got to commute. Funny that you pull up in a moving truck, a moving van in Gen 3, and yet there's no roads. Everything is just wilderness. Yeah, Norman didn't want his wife and child living in the same town as him. Norman has one of the more boring gyms, to be Frank. Who's Frank? Oh, now we're getting some Gen 7 music? Where is the shiny? I mean, his gym is like... How do I phrase this correctly? It's very Japanese. So I feel like they were going for something like that, but it's just... Do you want to go to the defense room or the attack room? Like, oh... How many Pokemon did the van run over? That's a great question. The accuracy room. Yeah, Norman's gym is doors. It's doors. It's just all doors. And they kind of improved it a little bit visually in Oraz, but that's... I wouldn't say... It's that much better. Sometimes the gym designs just feel like nobody had any ideas. Like Fantina's gym in Diamond and Pearl. Like, you guys can't think of anything for a cool-looking spooky lady's gym except for math? That's it? Good night, Cacturn. Have a good one. Math is scary, that's true. The Monsters Inc. The Monsters Inc. door area would be a cool gym. You gotta travel through the right doors and you end up in like different rooms and you have to fight all the trainers in there. I'll give him credit for Valerie because it's a dollhouse and I think that's fun. Like, somebody obviously had a good idea for Valerie's gym. Like, yeah, they're copying Sabrina's style with the teleport pads, but also it's a little dollhouse, so it's on theme. I'll give it to him there. I'll give him a pass on that one. Also, I like Valerie. I think she's a great gym leader in X and Y. Her and Olympia, probably my faves. Surge's trash cans. One of these days, I should go through and rank all the gyms. Specifically the gym puzzles, not the leaders, not, you know, any of that. Just the puzzles themselves. Because I love Lieutenant Surge, but I don't love his gym. Have they ever given an explanation as to why Lieutenant Surge has a trash can gym? What's the logic behind that one? Some gym designs, they don't feel safe. I don't know what's going on with Faulkner's gym, but that's a big drop. That's a big drop. What's the best gym? Let me see. I like Claire's gym a lot. Claire's gym having different levels to it with a few strength puzzles. I think that's perfect. I like Morty's gym a lot too. I remember liking Nessa's gym in Sword and Shield with the water tubes, but it's been a long time since I've done it, so... I don't know if I want to put that one up there. Gen 5 has a few good gyms. Elisa's gym in Black and White with the roller coaster, one of my favorites. That one's just fun. I want another roller coaster gym. That one's just a lot of fun. Her runway fashion stuff in Black and White 2 is also fun. But I prefer the roller coaster. Gotta go fast. I like Olympia's gym. I think Olympia's gym has good vibes and a neat setting. I like Wallace's gym, even though it's perhaps one of the most punishing... I miss when gyms used to actually have, like, hard puzzles. If you mess up in Wallace's gym, get ready to fight 900 ladies. Gen 3's got a lot of gyms that I like, minus Norman. I think Watson's gym is fun. The twins have a fun gym. Also, chat, I just remembered. Speaking of Wallace, this was brought to my attention the other day, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I saw this tweet. I guess I've never really looked at his design that closely, but like, yeah, is Wallace not wearing underwear? Because I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I mean, we can see the situation going down there, and I don't think he's wearing any, chat. I don't. Mama. Are you not wearing underwear, mama? He's very Tucker-coded in this redesign in Oraz, isn't he? That is... I'm gonna think about that every time I see this design now, chat. This man is not wearing underwear. That's crazy work. No wonder he's a water type user. The comments are so funny. Oh, man. But when Wallace does it... Something about the Hoenn... Some of the Hoenn boys, they're just built like that. Really sad we didn't get the Battle Frontier and Oraz just because I wanted to see Tucker's redesign. We haven't seen Tucker ever since. Yeah, how is that bottom even staying on his body? I'm never gonna unsee that. I think they didn't they try to give Wallace like a girlfriend or something in the manga, which is hilarious. Very funny, guys. Very funny. This is why they got rid of Juan. Is it like a bathing suit? Maybe he has to peel it off of his body? I don't know. Pokemon is who's like the most out there human Pokemon character, chat? I mean, Swordbird and Shieldbird have some very out there designs, but who else? Wallace is definitely up there. So is Tucker. Gen 3 is a few, like I said, a few of those. Oh, the freaky Ultra Beast people. You have, it's a spectrum. You have normal-ish looking guys like Looker, and then on the other side of that spectrum you have Wallace. Gets count? Gets isn't really a weird... He's kind of got a weird outfit, but... Hey, Sky, thanks for the bits! The 69 bits! Nice. No shinies have been obtained. Yet. I'm trying. I'm trying so hard. Team Flare. I feel like Pokemon... We've gotten a lot more Pokemon characters with beards lately. I feel like we're gonna get some Hunger Games ass. I mean, Leon maybe arguably already has that. We're gonna start getting some Hunger Games ass facial hair on some of these guys. Team Flare Shutter Shades. The poop haircut. They're serving the soft serve style. Poppy, you know what? True. Poppy is a very suspend your disbelief type character. There's a 9-year-old in the Elite Four. Marlin, I feel like we're never gonna see Marlin's ass ever again. Marlin is one of those characters that... I don't know, has he aged well? I feel like he has not. He's also boring as hell, so... I'm okay with him never returning. I'd be a-okay with that. They should have had Marlin in Gen 8. Did we hit the end of the playlist? I think we might have. Chill summer Nintendo tunes. That works. Kirby Star Allies. Yay! I think there was somewhere that confirmed Poppy is 9. Although she does not look 9. Paldea's got child labor. And one of my least favorite Elite Four lineup of all time, minus Larry. Children yearn for the mines. They yearn for working at the Elite Four. It's so boring, Sky. The blue box. It looks like the boring Wi-Fi room they've had for like 10 games straight. It is so criminally boring. I think you can tell the time crunch really hit them at the end of Scarlet and Violet because the Elite Four... Everything about the Elite Four in Scarlet and Violet feels incredibly rushed. There's no victory road, it's just a hill with a bunch of Igglybuff and Mousehold. Panda Mouse. Little mice. You have Rika's bullshit quiz. When I first played through Scarlet, the sound in the Elite Four glitched. And then Geeta's team is just so underbaked. Like, they had 5 seconds to get all that out. Yeah, they were doing pretty well. Like, Oraz had some really good re-themes of the Gen 3 rooms. Diamond and Pearl, even BDSP had good designs of some of the gym... Or some of the Elite Four rooms. It's like, what happened? Why are we going back to the sterile blue Wi-Fi battle box? Yeah, we haven't really had a victory road in a long time, have we? What, do they not think kids have the attention span for a victory road anymore? Paldea's Elite Four room feels like you're applying for a job. You might be onto something. Only offered you a $3 refund? That's messed up. That is nice, Justin. Like, I have no desire to own an Xbox, but it's nice. How much is it? Only 700? It's only $50 billion. Only $50 billion. In 2010, RIP? What does that mean? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I will never recover from Rika kicking me out and making me start over again because I said I was there to have fun. Yeah, what? Like, okay. Everyone on that site is wasting their life. You're not wrong. People are speculating $1,000. That's insane. I would love to see how many of those they sell if it's $1,000. Oh my god. Update download complete. They should add voice acting. That's gonna be a debate that rages on forever until it actually happens. Not happening in Gen 10. I think they don't want to spend the money, chat. They don't want to spend the money on voice actors and localizing and all the different regions they'd have to do. They don't want to spend the money. Remember, these games are made on a shoestring-ass budget. They're not big spenders like every other video game company out there is. They're making these games very cheaply and they do not want to spend money on it. What's up, Enzo? Ed Sheeran is canon to Pokemon. That song got me copyright claimed. I'm still mad. Yeah, they'll shell out money for Ed Sheeran. How much do you think Ed was paid? PLA has grunts and stuff like that. That was kind of like, whoa. That might be the closest we ever get. Barely working games as is. They are not spending more than $20 million on a majority of these games. Voice acting can cost a lot of money. And again, there's so many different regions these games go out to. You gotta have all the different voice actors for all the different regions. They bring in $1 trillion bajillion every year, but they can't spend 5 cents. Roxy got a cute song with lyrics, and then what's his face got squeaky shoes. Pierce. See, because they gave a shit when they made Black and White. Back when they were doing pixel games, that budget's a lot more appropriate for those style games. Everything changed when they went 3D, chat. You can pinpoint it to that exact point in time. You know, I don't know, Sky. Does it all go to, like, Ishihara's wallet? I truly don't know. Do they just have it sitting in a bank account gaining, like, turbo interest? I genuinely don't know. As we know, Game Freak is a very small team of devs. It's about... What was it recently? Like around 200 something? Let me Google this. See if Google knows. How many employees does Game Freak have? Approximately 249 people, if Google AI Overview is to be trusted. This says Wikipedia. They were taking this from Wikipedia. This makes it a surprisingly small boutique-style development studio, especially considering its massive multi-billion-dollar release schedule for the Pokemon franchise. They're getting shots taken from Wikipedia. Wikipedia's taking shots at them. That's crazy. Oh, we haven't talked about Game Freak's other game coming out this year. Beast of Reincarnation. That's coming out in August. I almost want to play that just for science. Just to see if Game Freak is capable of making a non-Pokemon game good. We might have to investigate it just for that. What if it ends up being, like, stellar? What if it's a really good game? Little Town Hero. Game Freak's previous non-Pokemon games have never been that well regarded or received, so... I don't know. Dividends, yeah, possibly. When you're what do you even do with that amount of money? How much revenue do they share with the Pokemon Company International, I wonder? PPCI spends a lot of money on their, like, regional events and stuff like that. Horse jockey. Game Freak has made a few non-Pokemon games over the years. A few. That's probably just to satiate the employees there, to give them something interesting to work on. Here, you want to flex your artistic developer skills? Here you go. Yeah, Subnautica 2 came out. I haven't really heard much. After it came out, I didn't really hear much about it either. I'm so happy we're getting a new Spyro game, chat. Yay! I can't wait. And they got Tom Kenny back to voice Spyro. We're so back. And it's Toys for Bob, which makes me happy. Even Activision can do something right once in a while. Look like Panzer Dragoon. I'm excited. I'm glad they showed a little. They only showed a little teeny tiny bit of gameplay, but it looked nice from what little they showed of it. Yeah, I'm glad they're still going. Toys for Bob. I watched the Spyro trailer that Nintendo put up because it's coming out on Switch too, so I actually just watched the Nintendo trailer. Next year is going to be absolutely jam-packed with games. Into thirds between Nintendo, Creatures Inc. and Game Freak. That's honestly a decent guess. We just need Nintendo to swoop down tomorrow, chat, and be like, hey guys, I know it's been 9 months since our last full Nintendo Direct. Anyway, guess what? Please, Miyamoto, my children, they're starving. They can only be fed with Nintendo news. Me too, Sky. We have Star Fox and Rhythm Heaven, but after that, feeling a little empty. What do they have left in the tank for this year? And are they gonna show us any games that are gonna come out next year? I'm hoping for like an hour. I want a big old direct. Nintendo patented a like second screen attachment. If they ever end up releasing that, maybe that's when we can start getting the DS games. Nintendo announces an AI glazing thing. People have already been upset at Sega for saying Crazy Taxi has Gen AI in it. '30th anniversary this year for Pokemon's landed like a wet fart. I haven't been that impressed either. Like, it's cool that we got FireRed, LeafGreen, and hopefully we'll get Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald at some point this year. But the fact that it didn't align with the release of Winds and Waves, and they're keeping the Winds and Waves news from us until the foreseeable future, it just kind of sucks. My bones. 50 on its own? I don't know. We'll have to see. 4120 and 15120. That's... These numbers are getting too large. FireRed and LeafGreen, which they've sold more copies now, but when it was reported, they had sold like 20 million copies or something like that, which is like $80 million. Just re-releasing FireRed and LeafGreen. So if they like free money, you know, people would buy the other games too. The thing with Pokemon, though, is I think they don't want to step on their own toes. The reason I feel we haven't gotten any Virtual Console or NSO stuff is because they don't want you to not buy Scarlet Violet when you could buy, like, Pokemon Yellow or whatever. Which is dumb. Like, I understand it, but... bleh. There's a rumor that they might talk about Pokopia DLC in the Direct that hopefully is this week. So we're not gonna... I don't think we'll ever see Winds and Waves stuff, but we might get Pokopia news, which that will satisfy me. I'll be happy with that. Pokopia, maybe some Pikmin 4 DLC for the Switch 2, and like Ocarina of Time remake. I'd be a happy booper. After Gen 10, well, Winds and Waves are coming out in November of next year, so that would be a long time to wait. Most likely November. That's what I said, Sky. I said the Ocarina of Time remake, it's either going to be the opener or the ender. They're not going to stick it in the middle. It's either going to be the intro or the outro. There's also been rumors of a new Wario game. I've seen that popping up a bunch, so we might see our boy in purple and yellow soon. Which, that's fun. I've always liked Wario. F-Zero. I feel like hell would freeze over before we ever got a new F-Zero game. I wish, though, just because it would be interesting. No Infamous. I saw that rumor, too. People have said that the 3D Mario game is coming out next year, so I don't know if Nintendo would want to reveal that so far ahead or not. I really think that Game Freak and Nintendo and these companies are not revealing products until they are close-ish to release. Which, I don't know, both pro and con in that, you know? Sometimes you get, like, Bethesda announcements announcing Elder Scrolls 6 10 years earlier than they needed to. And then Bethesda does nothing but show up and be like, here's Fallout 76, fuck you! I hate Bethesda! All they do is play in my face! Bethesda presents, Fallout 76. Oh, and Elder Scrolls Online? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Todd, I hate you. They played in my face. I knew they would. I knew Bethesda would. Hey, the 5-stream streak. I knew Bethesda would come out and play in everyone's face, and they did. Does Fallout 76 even have that many active users anymore? I just... Who the hell plays that game? What are we gonna do until then? Well, they did release Pokopia this year. We're supposedly gonna get Pokopia. Centro said they're gonna reveal Pokopia DLC in the Nintendo Direct, and that it's gonna be released in fall. So maybe that's what they think is gonna fill out time in the latter half of the year. Sakurai just wrapped up with Air Riders. I feel like a new Smash game is not close. Poor Sakurai. I want him to have a rest. Dude is always working. I wish it wasn't so long for a new Zelda game. I mean, we're supposedly getting the Ocarina of Time remake, but I want to see what they do after Tears of the Kingdom. Fallout 76 spiked during the Amazon show. That's because there's nothing else! They did not time the Fallout 3 remaster or remake correctly at all. That is supposedly far away, which is why they have not shown it off yet. They're remaking 3 and New Vegas, supposedly. And they're also, of course, still working on Elder Scrolls 6, but none of these games are going to be ready anytime soon. Sea of Thieves is another one of those games that I'm like, who is still playing this? Starfield? Starfield ruined everything. Starfield, everything changed when Starfield attacked. Switch 2 exclusives have been lacking. There has not been much. I feel like that's classic Nintendo, though. It always takes them years to get going on a new console. But yeah, it does suck. Season 2 edition. Yeah, you could argue that the PS5 is still struggling. You could have a real argument that it's still kind of struggling. Did any showcase have GTA 6? Is Rockstar gonna do like their own event for that game? What's their plan with that? What are they gonna do? No, PS5s haven't been scalped for a few years now. You could just go into a store and buy one. Are they gonna delay because they're scared of the real GOAT coming out that month? Godzilla, King of the Monsters. That remaster of that Godzilla game. That looks fun, honestly. I remember that game. The original. Move over, Rockstar. It's time for a real king. It's time for a real game to take the spotlight. Gojira. A Dickle pizza. No thank you. No thanks on that one. That sounds, both foul and illegal. Why would you want to have pickles on a pizza? That just... I don't get that one. Starfield makes you nervous for ES6. I know. Starfield was... Honestly, Starfield is such a fascinating game, and how it might just be one of the most bland products I've ever seen in my life. One of the most sauceless games I've ever played. Yeah, a lot has changed since Bethesda released Skyrim and even Fallout 4. Everything is very different now. They can't be releasing these mid products. Honestly, I think Starfield is worse than mid. Just play Mass Effect 2. That's the problem now, chat. We're seeing issues now where games take so long to make. Sometimes they arrive and they already feel dated. I don't think anything kind of went right with Starfield, though. You could see that with Starfield, because the main plot of Starfield is like these alternate dimensions, alternate universe stuff that the MCU has already made tired, like, years ago. They were even late to that. Thought that Pidgey was shiny for a second. Starfield, to me, Starfield feels like a game that you would play in like a school. It's just so sterile and devoid of any character or fun. The companion characters in Starfield, I don't know how they managed to make them all so boring. The planets you explore are just devoid of anything interesting. There's no interesting loot. There's no fun alien races. It's all just boring human people. There's no creativity anywhere. Like, what if we asked a NASA scientist to make us the most, like... I feel like even they could have come up with something more interesting. Say what you will about Fallout 4, but I loved all the different companion characters in Fallout 4, like Nick Valentine, Helen and Dance. Maybe not Preston. But most of the companion characters in Fallout 4 are so much fun. Like, what happened to those writers? Where'd they go? Where'd those character designers go? Like, how do you not have any fun alien races in your alien futuristic space game? I don't understand. Like, that's what people love about Mass Effect so much. People love that plated monster-y guy. What's his name? Garrus or something like that? I see him like every other week. How do you not have these cool, creative alien races? It's just all boring human people, like I said. Like, it blows my mind. Yeah, they tried to have a cyberpunk city in Starfield too, and it felt so soulless. Honestly, I'm done with cyberpunk. It's not an aesthetic I like. What if the future was grimy and cyberpunk? It's like they tried to make Starfield purposely grounded. It's just like, it's a video game. It's a freaking video game. I'm not looking for realistic... It's a space video game set in the future. I don't need it to be realistic. Thank you. Also, what do the people at Bethesda know? Who knows if there's, like, cool aliens out there? They don't know that. Why not have some Gleep Glorps in there? And the lore, usually that's one thing Bethesda's pretty good at. Bethesda's pretty good at doing lore and all these different factions. Like, I love the Dark Brotherhood. Whenever ES6 comes out, I'm finding the Dark Brotherhood immediately, because that's always a fun ride. Shout out to my goat, Lucian LeChance. Although the Dark Brotherhood, the way it ends in Oblivion kind of pissed me off. But it's still fun. You have all these different types of personalities and all these different factions. People vying for power within. They wanted to rely on modders. I don't even think the greatest modders could save Starfield. Like, I have no desire to ever play that game ever again. Period. Yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel. The fact that I could never steal that asshole's coat in Fallout 4 still makes me mad. I wanted his cool fur jacket. Gimme. Soft locked in the vampire quest line. I'll probably replay Skyrim before ES6 comes out. Also, the Elder Scrolls Online has kind of tainted some of the ancient lore. When I played through the Oblivion remake, I was looking up some of these different characters, and I see their designs in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm like, ew, who is that? What have you done? A settlement needs your help. Okay, Preston. Like, we're getting a new Witcher game before we're getting Elder Scrolls 6. Like, that's just... There's wild stuff. I'm in disbelief. Like, how poorly is Bethesda managed? Like, is there some... Why? Why is this happening? Why are you doing this to us, Todd? You got a poison scam? Scan from Felipe. You did get scammed. Mega Golurk's cry doesn't quite match it. Oh, I'd have to listen to it. I bet you're right, though. Yeah, think of all the games we're gonna get before ES6. I think they only announced Elder Scrolls 6 because that was around the time they were trying to get bought out. So that was a purely monetary decision. Because from what leakers have said, that game is still years off. I mean, they haven't shown anything about it since its reveal. We've gotten, like, one image. That's it. Oh, you tried to make it work. It does have so many weaknesses. Golurk's the strongest in Dynamax Adventures. Weird hatred for New Vegas. Supposedly they're remaking New Vegas. They're remaking Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but those games are apparently a little ways off too. Like, we might get Fallout 3 next year, but it'll still be a while for New Vegas. What in the goddamn? And I enjoyed the Oblivion remaster. That was the first time I ever played Oblivion. I thought it was... You know, the game crashed a few times, but other than that, didn't really have many problems. It ran well. Looked decent. Are they gonna bring, didn't Liam Neeson voice the dad in Fallout 3? Todd loves his celebrity voice actors. Microsoft is horrible at managing studios. Ain't that the truth? Come on, Magmar! Why can't you be shiny, my friend? Bethesda's definitely missed out with all the cross-promotion with the Fallout show. Absolutely. Like, the fact that people are playing Fallout 76? Yike. I still remember all the E3s. Todd would get up on stage with his little leather jacket and weave us his sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. I mean, Todd might not like New Vegas, but Microsoft like money, so I don't think they're gonna purposely sabotage the Fallout New Vegas remaster. Yeah, there's a lot of voice actors they've had in their games that have passed. That's a good question. What do you do? I mean, Oblivion kept most of the voices intact, so they'll probably just keep the voice. Just keep the voices as is and not add any new voice lines. Because I can't recall them adding a lot of voice lines to Oblivion. I think it was mostly kept the same. Also, heads up chat, ads are gonna play, but they're the last ads of the night. How do they work around paying for voices who passed? You go to their estate. Speaking of going to their estate, what the hell is that the Tupac game? I'm still thinking about that. That is so odd. They're just letting people make any type of game these days, I guess. New Vegas got more praise than Fallout 3. I mean, even growing up online, I remember how many people would praise New Vegas. Like, people were high on New Vegas ever since I can remember. Him doing something like that doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Found my channel through my shiny hunting compilation. Nice. I know! FireRed is cursed! This is- I just want to play the game again. We're hitting the point where it's like, I just want to play the game again. I've been shiny hunting for too damn long. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I should put that for my stream deck. Well, that's too damn bad. I need some more clips for YouTube short material. This game is giving me no content. Where's my content? My sweet, sweet content. I have none. FireRed hasn't been having a good day for like a month and a half. Oh, you're still in the lab. A few of yous are still in the lab. That's soul crushing. If I'm having a bad time, I can only imagine how you're feeling if you're stuck in the lab. Tyler hasn't gotten a Squirtle yet either. Brutal. I don't know what made me think of this, but one of my favorite quests in Fallout 4 is when you take... It's over Hancock and his brother. His brother who one day just, like, turned on him, and then you find out, spoilers for Fallout 4, that he was replaced by a synth. That was a great, great storyline. I keep slamming my Joy-Con into my desk and it makes such a loud noise. No, this music's too sleepy. I'm too sleepy, no. Oh, you just started LeafGreen for Bulb? Good luck. Oak still has a lot of hostages. Professor Oaks, step out of the lab and put your hands up. Yeah, it's fun when they have characters across the different Fallout games. That happens every so now and then. Yeah, it's such a it's honestly a depressing quest because Hancock had a good relationship with his brother until he was killed and replaced by a synth. And then Hancock's like, well shit, dude, I hated my brother for years because I thought he betrayed me. But it wasn't even him. And the way you bust his synth brother, too, is fun. It's a very tense interaction. Like, it's great stuff. The Institute is very evil. I feel like if you want to side with the Institute, it's like, bruh. Why? These people are evil. Although your synth companion in Fallout 4, that guy's sick. He's cool. With Caesar's Legion. I've never been a big Brotherhood fan either. They're always just too... They're doing too much, you know? They're just doing too much. The stuff with Paladin Dance in the Brotherhood in 4 is great too. Oh, I thought that... I've seen Phantom Shinies, chat. I thought that Mankey was green for a second. No! I've been here so long, I'm going crazy! It's funny how obvious the twist is in Fallout 4, too. Where are they gonna have Fallout 5? Like, what part of the world, or the US, or whatever, are they gonna have for Fallout 5? I'm curious about that. It'd be fun to have a Fallout in, like, I don't know, the Rocky Mountains or something like that. Boston, that's Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is Boston, Massachusetts. Be interesting to see a Fallout in a different country. Taking cover from a death claw inside of a Culver's. It could be like a Snickers commercial. Feeling hungry, and then you can hand him a milkshake. Nevada, that would be Fallout New Vegas. Ooh, Hawaii. That would be very interesting. A tropical Fallout? That would honestly be really cool. We've gotten a lot of wastelands and dead forests, but we haven't really gotten a tropical one. Fallout China. Yeah, China or... There's so many places you could go. I'd love to see a Fallout in Egypt. Egypt is just my dream destination for any game. It's my dream Pokemon region. Fallout Ireland. Alright, we'll get to 5.3k and we'll get to 4,300. Think of how long it's gonna be until we have Fallout 5. Oh my god, we're all gonna be, like, geriatric by the time we get Fallout 5. We'll get to play Fallout 5 in the retirement home. There's a lot of in-game Fallout lore about Canada, too. We still won't have the new Elder Scrolls. I mean, it's been long enough since the last 3D Mario game that kids that grew up with Odyssey are now young adults. It isn't just Bethesda that's guilty of doing that. Brazil. The Brazilian fans would be thrilled. They came to Brazil! Todd came to Brazil! Yeah, there's a lot of good game sales right now in honor of all the game shows. Chat, I think not Fallout 4, Resident Evil 4 Remake was an insanely good price on Steam. So if you haven't played that, there's a lot of good sales right now. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever top a better number than Lucky Girl here at 7777. I still remember when Fallout 76 came out and all the drama around it, no NPCs. Stuff like that. It's because she's lucky and a girl. The Destiny franchise has lived and died between the last two GTA games. Take me home to the place where I belong. Where's my shiny FireRed? Where's my shiny? 76 being, yeah, it's just multiplayer, always online. I have no interest in playing those types of games. Just none. Hey, I'll hand it to the Bethesda team. That trailer, the reveal trailer with Country Roads playing, saucy. Very sauce forward. It's rare for a big video game trailer with a licensed song to be memorable, but that one was a great choice. But they've always been pretty good at picking good music for Fallout games, typically. Looking for Minchino. Glad you never got into MMOs. MMOs, to me, MMOs are like the most challenging games to develop. Maybe behind live service games now. But again, chat, if Nintendo does come out tomorrow and say, hey, we got a Nintendo Direct, I will be streaming it, no matter what. We've waited too long. And there's rumors of Pocopia being there, so... I'm ready. I'm ready for Nintendo Direct. I was gonna say for Freddy, but I doubt Mr. Fazbear will be there. Wizard 101. Nah, I don't think we'll see anything for Winds and Waves, unfortunately. I wish. Yeah, how much talent, time, money has been wasted on all these awful live service games? It's mind-boggling if you think about it for too long. Billions of dollars, so many people who probably wasted away on those, did long nights, not seeing their family for what? For High Guard? Holy. Rockstar's 2023 performance? I don't remember that one. Was it cringe? We don't get that much cringe anymore now that E3 is gone, which... sad. The cringe at E3 was the best part. I saw somebody talk about Nintendo's worst E3. You guys remember the E3 where Nintendo revealed, like, Wii Music? That was their worst showcase ever. That was Nintendo's worst E3 by, like, a country mile. Live service games or mobile app games? Ooh. I guess mobile games terrorize me more than live service games. Nintendo Land ending on those sad fireworks. Oh my god. The Wii music performance. Oh boy. A lot of Nintendo E3s have blended together in my mind, but I definitely remember that. That's true, a lot of mobile games are live service. There's a big crossover on the Venn diagram with those two. Yes, the Star Fox Muppets! See, Nintendo doesn't give us fun stuff like that anymore. One of my favorites is when they first revealed Twilight Princess. Miyamoto's on stage, the crowd is going fucking crazy. It was so fun. Iconic. A lot of the ones with Reggie were fun too. Reggie certainly had some good E3s. Doug Bowser's probably happy he didn't have to serve at Nintendo during the E3 era, because I don't think he had any on-screen charisma. Wow, two back-to-back comments about the crabs. wasn't really executed well. Yeah, they did not, they didn't have the greatest demonstration of it. I still like seeing Reggie around. Like, whenever he gives an interview or I see him on Twitter, it's like, hell yeah, it's Reggie. Yeah, Doug had a funny name. That's all he had. Bowser, like, Mario's enemy? Oh my god. Just a suit accepting an award. That's so true. That's a very good description of Doug Bowser. Just a suit. Like, I feel like Reggie took pride in all the games Nintendo came out with. Like, he gave a shit. And sometimes the Nintendo Directs have some cute moments, sometimes. But it's just like the same lineup of... What's his name? Kozumi? It's just him and maybe like another guy or two, and it's like, alright, talk about suits. He played Animal Crossing New Leaf on his Nintendo 3DS. Michael Eisner. Where's Defunct Land? Michael Eisner mentioned. Yeah, that is Kevin's sleeper activation phrase. His recent episode about that, I can't even remember where it was. Defunctland's most recent episode was good. Good watch. I like his littler, just self-contained about a theme park. Oh, man. $15.3K and 4,300. I'm so sad. I am so sad. Yeah, exactly, Justin. It wasn't like the best, but it was a good watch. A good video to have on when you're like eating your lunch or something. Everybody needs those. Oh, man. This is such a bummer. This is big bummer city. So, 16K, yeah, I'm basically 1,000 away from double odds. So double odds is 16,384. Damn it, dude. Seto Kaiba's Japanese voice actor is suing TikTok over AI using his voice. Hell yeah, hope he wins. All Kaiba voice actors are goated. Damn. You know what? Let's do the champions poll. We haven't done the champions poll. Let's do it. Let's see. I need to take my shiny content when I can get it. That playlist was not that good. That playlist had a lot of snooze fests on it. Alright, I've gotten one shiny from this game, and it was an Alolan Raichu. The real Kaiba would duel and destroy the CEO of TikTok. It's true. Charizard. Oh, hey, it's Wordier. Apparently, Jamie Boyd lost in the regionals because he had like a Wi-Fi disconnect. I wanted to see the Wordier go all the way. That's bullshit. Is Champions good? I mean, it's free. So, I think for a free game, it's a lot of fun. It's not perfect. There's a lot of things about it I don't like the small box system. But for the most part, yeah, I think it's decent. You took a Wordier today? You know what? I'll take him too. I'll take him too. Yeah, not only did Jamie lose to some like Wi-Fi shit or something, but then Marcus got kept out because he went 10-2, and they didn't have enough. The way they do top cut, like he got excluded. Then my boy Victor lost. Like all my goats lost. Where is Wordier? I want to see if it's risen any. We might have to look in doubles, too. Yeah, Primarina's fallen out a little bit. Meowscarada is so good. Alright, let's see number 1, Basculegion. Pelipper is so good in doubles, it's crazy. Politoed. People using Politoed? Look, Viv! Viv is up higher in doubles, too. Good for Viv. Good for Viv. Yeah, Pi did have Wordier. That's so... Pi's Gen 3 team defeated him, I think. He was losing so much with that team, I think it destroyed his spirit. There's Wordier. Wow, Trick Room, Skill Swap. Jamie was running Gravity on his Wordier to combo with Hypnosis. Gravity is cool. This is a neat move. Gravity. Yeah, Milotic. Because Milotic gets Coil. So some Milotics win Coil. Who won? Marco won. Marco Silva won. He won with Perish Trap Gengar. Marco Con Perish. Man, poor Gourgeist. People keep trying to make Watchog work. Wish Rotom was... Oh man, Wordier's even farther in singles. This is just mostly Pi set in here. That's funny. The special Wordier. Oh, Pachirisu, he's been around. I don't think he's ever had any victories that were like the Pachirisu one. Yeah, maybe we'll do some champs next week, chat. Here's what I was thinking, though. Here's what I was thinking. Also, not to pat myself on the back, but Bubble Buddy, great nickname. Great nickname by me. Araquanid is cool. It's got some interesting tools to it. Where did I pluck this one from? I think this Araquanid might be a Dynamax Adventure Araquanid, actually. This came from Shield. I believe I got this one from Shield. Because I have Shiny Dewpider in Scarlet. So this one came from Shield. Then I also upgraded my Viv. I got an Elegant Pattern Viv. To be more appropriate with the nickname. Yeah, I might, I was thinking of a few different options for the Araquanid spot. A few different, Empoleon might be kind of interesting. I was thinking Alolan Ninetales. There are a few different Pokemon that I was mulling over. Yeah, Water Bubble's fun. I was thinking about Water Bubble. Because I could send out Araquanid and set up the sticky web, and then I could enable... Wait, why don't you have your... Where's your leftovers? Why don't you have your leftovers? Oh, it's because you're a new Pokemon. The artist formerly known as Hawkmoth. Oldest team member? In Champions, probably... Overall? It would probably be my Scizor. This Scizor is from ye olden days. Might be from Black and White or X and Y era. Yeah, you never see many Polts, do ya? You don't see Polt much in either singles or doubles. Yeah, I was also thinking about Empoleon. I've seen a lot of Japanese users with Empoleon recently. I'm gonna look at it. You got a shiny water Tauros. That's awesome. Okay, where's Empoleon? Greninja. See, Araquanid's top 50. Whimsicott's risen too. I think a lot of people are using Whimsicott. There's Empoleon. Surf, Ice Beam, Vacuum Wave, Stealth Rock. I think I would probably go for a bulky Empoleon and not... We'd pack maybe Surf, Ice Beam, Stealth Rock instead of Vacuum Wave. That's hilarious that you get Roost. Flightless bird with Roost. Maybe Flip Turn or Roost? Give it the Shucka Berry. Yeah, because you're usually going to go up against Garchomp. Lopunny would hurt, though. Like, Lopunny would be a problem. Yeah, Empoleon can put in some good work. Again, the starter that's last place in this game is typically, for water anyway, is typically for Alligator. Look, there's Quaquaval. Decidueye, Chestnut. No. Oh, way, oh, way, oh. 101. Next to female Basculegion and between Beedrill. That is so sad. No! Hisui Typhlosion's right here, too. That is so tragic. I cry. Aw, and I wish Metachan was better, too. This is like the wastelands here. This is where starters go to die. No. Yeah, we might have to do some champs before the new season starts, chat, because things are probably about to get more chaotic. Raichu, we got the Raichus ready. I got Raichu ready for X and Y. They might add Rillaboom. I don't know. I feel like things are gonna get very chaotic. We're gonna start to see some of the more scarier mons. Maybe Ursaluna, Dondozo. Yeah, too bad Crocodile didn't get a Mega in ZA. Yeah, we're gonna try out Araquanid. I might have to bring in an Empoleon. See if that would be a better fit. We'll have to figure something out. Yeah, Primarina is just so dominant. Primarina is so good. In singles especially, Primarina. Milotic seems to be the more popular one in doubles, but Primarina owns singles. She's the boss. But yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. On Tuesday, I don't know. We'll see what I feel like playing. We're kind of in a spot where it's like I don't know what I feel like playing day to day. We'll see. But thanks for hanging out, everyone. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the new follows, the biddies, the tip. Appreciate you all. Shout out to the YouTube viewers, the VOD watchers. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Oh, possibly streaming the Nintendo Direct if they announce it, so we'll see. Here's to hope and cross your fingers, chat. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.